All right, Shalom. First and foremost, before I begin, I want to give all the praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone that rule well. And as always, peace, blessings, and salutations until the fully elect tabernacle of David scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. And I just wanted to do a video after seeing this little excerpt from this interview that was conducted on Piers Morgan's platform. And I've seen this dude's face before, but, I never knew who he actually was. His name is Dan Bilzerian. And, it seemed right now that it's open season on Amalek. Between when Candace Owens went up on this platform, when she went up against that rabbi, there's a clip going around with this guy Myron from Fresh and Fit. This dude just basically lost it, and he went in on the small hats, which, I never thought he'd, say what he said. And I'm not going to play that clip because it'll probably get my video shot down, striked. But, people are starting to go in, more and more people are starting to, air these small hats out. And, it's that time, the scriptures tell you that, the earth shall reveal their iniquity and the earth shall come against them. That's Job 20 and 27. So everything is coming out at the forefront. So now you have this dude who's on the platform, and now he's, bringing it out. And I'm not sure if this is maybe part of the agenda for them to allow certain people to come on and, be very vocal about, the things that they see with this said group of people, knowing that, according to certain laws, that is not permitted to speak out about these said people. You can't criticize them in any way. And especially with Trump now getting in office, we know that he's loyal to them. All right. He was the one that established the anti-Sim bill in the country when he was in for his first term. So, maybe they're being used as controlled opposition to, put that spirit in the air to see if other people are going to, rally behind this sentiment so they can see who is who. Because, basically all Goyim that's against, what they're about and what they do, you're pretty much a op, especially in that guy, Satan Yahoo. All right, he's, anybody that got anything to say about their operation over there in that territory, you're a op to them. You deserve to, be put down. So I want to play just this little excerpt, and this is fair use. And these are his words. All right, I'm not inciting any violence. I'm not, going against the guideline. I'm just playing the video that you would actually see on his platform. All right. So this is fair use, and we're just going to respond to it. So let's listen real quick.
You do? I don't like a religion that says that they're better than other people. And what's that? Well, you do. You obviously do. It's blatant. No one watching this will draw any other conclusion. I'm staggered about how brazen you've been. Yeah, I mean, I don't like it when people think they're better than other people. And you see that in Israel, and they're acting like that, and they're treating Palestinians like second-class citizens. They're treating them like subhuman beasts, and it sells that in their Talmud. So it says if you are not a Jew, that you are basically subhuman.
Now let me pause that, because people that don't know anything, that's that don't study, that don't research, they'll say, "Is this guy serious?" what reference does he have? Where does it say that in any text? Prove it, basically, right? Well, it's simple. Let's real quick. Let's go here. Let's go to these real quick. And this is from the William Davidson Talmud translation from Bava Metzia 114b. Okay. It's out of the Mishnah. It says, the Amora proceeded to ask Elijah a different question and said to him, is not the master a priest? What is the reason that the master is standing in a cemetery? Elijah said to him, has the master not studied the Mishnaic order of Taharat? As it is taught in Bereta, Rabbi Shimon ben Yahi says that the graves of Gentiles do not render one impure, as it is stated, and you, my sheep, the sheep of my pasture are man, Ezekiel 34 and 31, which teaches that you, i.e. the small hats, are called man, but Gentiles, Goyim, with how they say it, are not called man. So what do they mean by that? You're called man, but the rest of the people aren't called man. Now, in the scriptures, everybody is called mankind because we all come of Adam. So what does this mean right here? You would have to question that, since the Torah states with regard to ritual impurity imparted in a tent, if a man dies in a tent, Numbers 19:14, evidently impurity imparted by a tent does not apply to the Gentiles or the Goyim. So it applies to you, but it doesn't apply to the Goyim. And who's the Goyim? In their eyes, anybody that's not one of them, that's not a small hat, okay? So this is what it says in their Talmud. Now let's go to the other one, where basically the semen and the flesh of another nation is no different than cattle, all right? No different than a beast. It says the proof, and this is from Yavamat 98a in the William Davidson Talmud, right? It says the proof is from the case of two identical twin brothers who were one drop that was divided into two, and obviously have the same father, and yet it is taught that, it's like it is taught in the latter clause of the Bereta, they do not perform halitza and they do not perform levirate marriage, although they certainly have the same father. Learn from this that the merciful one dispossesses the male Goyim of his offspring, as it is written with regard to Egyptians, whose flesh is the flesh of donkeys, and whose semen is the semen of horses, Ezekiel 23 and 20. The offspring of a male Goyim is considered no more related to him than the offspring of donkeys and horses, which a lot of their interpretations of the prophets and the law is usually off. All right. They have a warped understanding and twisting of a lot of the scriptures that they interpret into the Mishnah. Okay. Now we know in Ezekiel 23, the Lord was pretty much cursing out Israel, calling Israel whore because, she was prostituting herself to the gods of these other nations. Okay. So the Lord was using these type of comparisons, just to describe the vileness of what Israel was doing. All right. Going after these other nations, calling them their lovers. But this isn't saying that a heathen is literally considered the offspring of actual cattle. Their flesh is no different than theirs, which the scriptures goes against that. The scriptures actually say that there's a glory of one. Let me go to it. Yeah, 1 Corinthians 15 and 39, it says, all flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts, another of fishes, and another of birds. All right, so that this one scripture from what Paul said in his epistle to the church of Corinth contradicts that. Okay, so their interpretation of that passage in Ezekiel is not truth, but this is what they was willing to do to, manufacture a concept of superiority. All right, to basically look at someone that's not of them as non-human or subhuman. Because if you're comparing a man to a actual beast, then you don't consider them human. So this is what their text says. We're not coming up with our own words. This isn't conjecture. This isn't false accusations or none of that. So you could tell that this dude, he did his readings, right? Whoever he may be. Right? I gotta look up on, because I've seen his face before, man, but I'm drawing blank on who he actually is, But anyway, let's keep going.
And I don't think that Judaism and Christianity go hand in hand. I mean, they believe that Jesus is in hell, burning in human.
Yeah, and we've been saying that. All right, they do not respect Christians over there. And you get spit on if you are a Christian over there. Now, meanwhile, back over here in the States, you still got a lot of them that still want to believe that they're the people, that still want to pray for them people, show favoritism towards those people. They give us, a lot of hell because we rise up and say that we're the people. Then we got all these questions and, guys like Vocab that, no matter what we say, no matter what evidence we provide, we're just not the people. We're the worst thing going. We're dangerous, we're a cult, we're this and we're that. And the focus is only just on us. When these people that to this day have not substantiated that they go back to the actual people, but actually evidence suggests otherwise, but they get to continue to do what they're doing. And look what they're doing in the world is seeing them. But yet the focus from these Christians is not on them. They're not scrutinizing them. They're not criticizing them. They're not showing them the same energy that they're showing us. All right, which I should very that should definitely raise your antennas. What is the actual objective of Vocab and these other Christians that are aligned with him, that's only focusing on the Israelites, in particular the one West Israelites. But when we keep bringing this up, they completely ignore it. And I already said, and this is probably why Vocab would probably never come to our camp. He'll never roll up on us because I'm going to hold him to this. All right. Like, if he ever rolls up on a camp, the only way we can even discuss anything, the only way we can actually dialogue is if he answer these questions concerning them. What do you feel about the Talmud? Why don't you ever scrutinize it on your platform? Why are they allowed to treat these strangers with all this hatred, the way they're committing ethnic cleansing over there, right? Treating them inhumane, like they're not human. Why are they allowed to do that? But you'll ask us, what happened to love your enemies. And you'll quote Leviticus 19, where it talks about taking in a stranger and loving them as yourself. Why aren't they? Why that standard that you're imposing on us, you're not imposing on them? So that's all we're going to talk about before we could get into anything else. We're going to talk about this. He would have to be forced to actually go into that. And if he oblige, if he, refuse, then you're disrupting our assembly, and you're in violation, and we will, get you up out of there. Okay? That's the only way it's going to work now. So anyway, let's keep going.
And human shit, and they believe the Virgin Mary.
Oh, and this is in there too. They do teach that the Lord, well, in that book, it says that the Lord is burning in hot excrement. It also does say that Mary was a whore. It also says that Yahweh Shai, through the miracles that he practiced, it was actually an act of sorcery or witchcraft, which is blasphemy of the Holy Spirit, by the way. So, yeah, and I'll substantiate that real quick, dealing with the Lord boiling in excrement. Here it is. This is from Getting 57a. And it says, Angelos said to him, what is the punishment of that man? A euphemism for Jesus himself in the next world. Jesus said to him, he is punished with boiling excrement. As the master said, anyone who mocks the words of the Sadducees will be sentenced to boiling excrement. And this was his sin, as he mocked the words of the Sadducees or the Sadducees. The Gemara comments, come and see the difference between the sinners of Israel and the words and the prophets of the nations of the world. As Balaam, who was a prophet, wished Israel harm, whereas Yahweh Shai, or Jesus the Nazarene, who was a Jewish sinner, sought their well-being. So there it is. It says that right here. It says that he was raised from the grave through necromancy. Come on, man. You Christians, y'all gonna stand for that? What happened to being on the defense for the gospel? But you're an apologist. That's what they call themselves, apologists. But they won't say nothing about this. So talk about hypocrisy and partiality, which the scripture speaks against, respecter of persons. Because it might be the fact that this particular individual that keeps coming at our faith for all these years, he's on some objective. Maybe he's set up by said people to only come against us to destroy or dispel what we're doing. All right, to keep them upheld. That's why he won't say one word about them, but will protect them, defend them. So this is all coming out, man. And like the scriptures do say, let's go to Habakkuk 2:16. And it says, thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. And that's what they're receiving, all throughout the world. Okay. And then let's not forget the Lord said this. Luke 8:17, and it says, for nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. So it's just that time for, you know, the man of sin to be revealed. It's time for them to be exposed. And I have a feeling that now that Trump is back in, they the one who selected and put him back in there. If he doesn't protect them, if he doesn't crack down even harder on the anti-sim, that whole, because he's the one that vowed to protect them. So under Trump, it's probably going to be heavy persecution because of this. You know, they're going to go after whoever was vocal on these platforms and, you know, try to make examples out of them. Okay? So that's what's more than likely going to happen. Like it says in Isaiah 59, you know, truth faileth, and they that renounce of evil make themselves a prey. So, you know, prepare for it. But either way, these devils are getting exposed, and they can no longer hide themselves. Okay. So anyway, you know, I just want to reply to that, and you know, y'all can matter of fact, I'll let this finish out, and then we'll close out.
And Mary's a whore. So I don't think those are two religions that really intersect very well. But, you know, we've been programmed that they do, and we've been programmed that it's okay and that Jews are the chosen people, and I just disagree with that. I think everybody's equal. Do you even comprehend how this interview is going to play out when it airs? Yeah, I'm sure it'll be bad. But, you know, my opinion is not politically correct, but I believe that is the truth. You know, there's...
Yeah, but the difference is, if you don't have anything to lose, you more than likely going to stand on it. But if you know, you have a name in this society, you have substance, you have more to lose. Kanye tried this. Cube tried this. You know, different other people, you know, they all tried this. And, you know, Nick Cannon, he tried it. And we saw what happened. So you take a stand and you come against these people, you know, you be prepared to, you know, take a L. But it'd be an honorable thing to stand on that. But a lot of people, they usually succumb. You know, they fold to the pressure. You know, they will take your resources from you. You know, deplatform you and silence you and shame you in front of the world. Use their media machine to you know, demonize you. So, you know, we willing to you know, take on that pressure, because the scriptures say that the world will not love you anyway. All right. You know, who shall rise up for me against the evildoers, or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? All right. So we know that we're going to eventually face persecution for what we believe and teach. But it is what it is. So anyway, I'm going to end right there. Lord willing, y'all edified. Call Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Shalom.